This is AI Buddy Landell, and you're about to listen to Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast. So stop working yourself into a shoot you numbnuts. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't be a dumbass and get offended by anything on this show. And if you do get offended, that's a you problem. Before I throw it to the fellas for another banger of an episode, shout out to all the BTT patrons who keep this show going, including the largest Patreon contributors, Disrespectfully, Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Joe Ice, Good Old Justin, and the Token Smurfette and John Potts. Now, enjoy this Outlaw Mud Show podcast. Remember, if it don't snow, it don't go. And be blessed and be a blessing, pal.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Booking the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where tonight it is New Year, same us. Well, if you're listening on YouTube, you'll hear this on December 31st. But if you're not listening on YouTube and you're just on the regular pod feed, it's January 1st when this drops. So January 1st, 2026, we will be covering Saturday Night on TBS from April the 23rd of 1994. So if you are listening on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on that video, type a comment or two with what you like or didn't like about the episode. It helps the channel grow. I see you out there, Craig Walson. I see you out there, Matt Wilson, and many, many others who are commenting, and Chris Zoncha out there as well. Thank you very much. I am sitting here with Doc and not Harper. It's the holidays. We got to move stuff around. We got way too much going on, and in order to get the show out as it needs to get out with our schedules right now, unfortunately Harper could not be here, so we're recording on a day and time that's not our normal day and time, so there's that. But we appreciate you listening, so thank you very much. On that note, let me throw it to Doc. How are you?
Happy New Year, little buddy.
New Year, same old us, same old curmudgeons.
That's true. We're flipping another page on the calendar. For all of you who are, man, they need Harper on the show. We agree. This is always the backup plan to get things done. It is never our first choice to roll without Harper because, I mean, first of all, he's Harper. And second of all, we've said this before, but if you must know. Oh, I cut out there, buddy.
Yeah, I was like waiting. The last thing I heard was, we've said this before, but you must know. So continue.
Yeah, sometimes it may not sound like it, but he makes our jobs a lot easier on this show.
100%. Between a random, who were we RIPing Bob Caudle a few weeks ago, and he just can't contain himself. He's like a butterfly in the field that just flies to the next flower or whatever, and he just can't contain that he's got to tell you two lanes standing in the moment. And you're like, bruh, we're RIPing Bob Caudle. Can you just wait a little while? He's got no... Yeah. You get those moments and many other things. But, yeah.
2026, we made it. I was thinking about this. It's been almost 6 years since the world shut down from COVID. That's crazy, isn't it?
I think about that all the time.
It's been a long time. Man, it's like, in some ways it feels like yesterday, and in some ways it feels like 2 lifetimes ago.
Absolutely. Totally agree, man.
But you know what? The world changes. Think of how many changes have happened in the world. But the one thing that doesn't change is our commitment to excellence and our continuation to put out this show each and every week in some form or fashion, because I don't want to get caught on that technicality for the freeloaders out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. The fact of the matter is we do a show every single week, and we haven't missed every single week. Now, there aren't, in the last 6 months, there hadn't been a show every single week on the free feed, but there's not only been a show every single week on this feed and Patreon, but there's been multiple other shows as well that we've done, like the Ask Harpers, that we still are working our way through as of us recording this.
It's true. It's damn true.
It sure is.
Well, real quickly, and this is kind of an odd one, but we need to throw out a quick RIP to this happened a while back, and then apparently has a little bit more to the story. Mr. Electricity, Steven Regal. Want to make sure we get that clarified. So he's a former AWA tag team champion, and one of the weirdest things I ever read when I read him and Jimmy Garvin beat the Road Warriors, but that's a different story. You told me this morning, and I didn't know this, that he actually passed away back in July.
Yeah. He passed.
What do you know about this? Let's let you cover the event.
No, I don't know a whole lot. Well, first I want to just mention something you said. We were actually in the middle of recording this show when we Googled or looked up the circumstances around the Road Warriors losing the AWA tag titles. And full disclosure, we didn't know at the time, because we ain't AWA historians, that it was Regal and Garvin who beat them. And I don't have the date of when this was said, but all I remember you saying is, Jesus Christ, what did they do? Shoot him with a shotgun? Because, the thought process was, they beat the Road Warriors? I know, it's a work, right? Anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, but these motherfuckers weren't in the practice of selling for folks.
Right. So I remember that, and I was like, man. And then I remember us looking it up, and there's some weird, the camera misses a portion of the finish from what I recall. It was just really interesting to watch it back, because, you're a lot of people think of Steve Regal. They think of who we're covering right now. They don't think of Mr. Electricity.
I got to tell you, when I first came back to the dark period there, and they were like, coming up next, Steven Regal, and I was like, that guy?
Right. Yeah. It's weird when you just don't know that you don't know, and then when you first see me, like, I thought Regal was somebody else. But anyway, he passed. So apparently he passed. It just came to light in December of 2025, but he passed in July, like during the summer. And I guess,
and
I guess he was kind of out of sight, out of mind, and nobody in the wrestling community had thought about it. Yeah, it was really weird. So I don't even know the circumstances around his passing right now. I didn't look.
Yeah, and we won't speculate on that, because that's even in poor taste for us. But a couple of years ago, he made the circuit on podcast, so he got to tell his story. You can go out there and probably find him on the usual podcast. But he made the rounds. I think he quit probably, just like all wrestlers, found out this is more difficult and you don't get paid. But that's not a slight on him.
Yeah, no, I don't. When you say made the rounds, like did interviews?
Yeah.
I liked. He was fun to talk to, because he was really nice. I mean,
was he on this show?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was on the show. The easiest way to look it up is on YouTube, because I think I posted the full interview there. If you wanted to, hear what he had to say about the night they beat the Road Warriors. But he was a nice guy. Very, very, very nice guy talking to him. And, he followed me on Twitter at the time. And then as soon as I saw him follow me in the show, I was like, well, Let me just reach out to him because I think we were in the midst of his time in WCW.
So that's probably been a little bit longer ago because we don't have guests. Jesus, time's getting away from us, Mike. I can't conceptualize anything.
I'm gonna look it up now. If you hear me
Everything
typing.
happened last week.
All right, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal on Booking the Territory. July 20th, 2018 was when I put it on YouTube.
Jesus, I would have said he was doing podcasts like 2 years ago.
So 7.5 years ago that
Jesus.
That I put it on. So it probably happened sometime in July of.
So I heard that your New Year's resolution this year is to go back to booking guests on this show. Is that
that's not
having
happening,
a regular? No.
Dude, I tell you this all the time, and you know it. You're just trying to be funny. If our wonderful listeners knew the struggle it is to just get one show out a week, you wouldn't even say that. The struggle.
What?
The struggle. Between shoot job blues, growing kids, man, the struggle is real. That's all I'm saying. Know what I mean?
It's 100% real. I mean, these people come and go as they please. They spend all your money. They do anything they want. And the second you do one thing for yourself, even if it's watching wrestling in your chair quietly, they get offended.
Who is these people? Let me define that.
The people we live with.
Okay. The way you said it, it could have been taken multiple ways. And if you hear beeping in the background, apparently there's construction going on around here. I don't know what the hell's going on now.
I can't hear anything
outside of my house. I get people going, man,
all right, well,
somebody needs to change the battery in the smoke alarm. Well, it ain't the smoke alarm. I don't know what to tell you, pals.
Gentrification, you know what I'm saying?
Something like that. But let's get back. R.I.P. Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal.
R.I.P.
He was a really, really nice guy to talk to. Really nice guy to talk to.
So thoughts and prayers. No, well, no, we don't want to say that. That seems disrespectful. We're not trying to be disrespectful. I hope everybody in the family is doing well. How about that?
Yeah. Last I knew, he was living in Florida and he had moved back to Indiana. I guess he had lived there previously.
Yeah, he was like Spike Huber's son-in-law or some shit. So he worked in Indiana a lot, I think, or started there or something. That's the extent of my wrestling historian knowledge there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So New Year, but we're going to ring it in the same kind of way that we always do, which is, I believe you have a 5-star review, buddy.
I thought you was going to read it, but I can pull it up. Hold on. Let's pull it up.
Let's pull it up.
It's a short one, but it's effective. Let me just put it.
That's fine.
Put it like
the
that.
The algorithm will take that.
Yep. Here it is from Cody Meek. He says, best podcast ever. And I'm not going to argue with him. So,
why would you?
For real. As Harper says. For real, bruh. For real. Yeah. Speaking of Harper, you said, thank you, Cody, for the 5-star review. And I just want to mention, if you have a 5-star review, or if you leave one on Podcast Addict or Apple Podcasts, we will read it on air. We don't say it every week, but we will do so.
As always.
Speaking of Harper, I don't think he sent you this. He sent me a screenshot of the new WWE LJN figures and the enormous cost of them. And he was hotter than 6 suns because, Harper likes to tell people to grow up, but
he also likes to play with toys.
He wants his toys.
Can you imagine him just sitting there like in the living room floor at the coffee table, just having a Royal Rumble?
Little Harper, yes. I don't know about, adult Harper, but sure. When he was talking about the comic book last week. Wait, I think that actually happened on Patreon. Yeah, because that was when he addressed when he cut a scathing promo on Notre Dame and D-Man. He was talking about his comic book.
I'm Irish too. What does that mean? Do I get to be a part of the mafia?
I don't know. That's
I'm a Methodist. Maybe I should start start going for SMU real hard. You know,
You should stop being a stooge, bro.
yeah, just stick to being a stooge.
Triggered him. Keep being a stooge. Like Harper, what did he mean by that? Oh no.
I don't know. There's a story there, but it'll take a while to figure it out.
I don't think he knows. Like, he's like, what? Oh my God. Jesus Lord. Okay.
Okay, so
continue, please.
These figures are expensive, I guess.
Oh, they were astronomical. I can't even remember the dollar amount, but he sent me this screenshot of whatever. These weren't like secondary market. This was like from Walmart or wherever they sell them. And let's just say he was overtly pissed off at the cost of these LJNs.
I got a question for you then.
Okay.
Man, maybe not for the two of us. We're blessed, but I mean, there's people out there that are having hard times, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of hard times the last few years.
Yeah, everything's expensive and shit.
Everything.
WWE is got no chill when it comes to these prices on everything.
Yeah, it's TKO, bro. I'm not even gonna get into it because the whole thought process of how much it costs to just watch their product these days between needing to have, if it's not included with your quote unquote cable subscription, and they wonder why people pirate this shit now because they're just fed up. People are fed up, bro.
And so here's my question.
You know how much it costs to just watch WWE on a regular basis now? Between if you needed the ESPN Plus gimmick or whatever the piss it's called now, unlimited, I don't even know what it's called. Between that, needing Netflix, needing a cable subscription so you can have USA, and I realize you can get depending on your cable, you'll get USA. You can also get ESPN, but still, you're still on multiple platforms to get all of their events. It's utterly ridiculous. And then don't even go look at it if you want to go see it live. That shit ain't happening unless you're just an adult, a grown adult who can afford it. And I ain't even talking about bringing your kids and family. I'm talking about just an adult. You got the money to do it. Because I think back to when we went to Raw like 10 years ago or so, and I took the family. I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't anything close to what it would be now.
Yeah, of course.
So it's absurd. They priced out people. They've lost their damn minds.
Yeah. They have lost their damn minds. And so here's my question. Or maybe it's just a nickel's worth of free advice over to the competition. Seems like a great opportunity to go all in, if you will, get it all in on them and say, we're going to lower prices and be family friendly and make it pop because they don't care. They're losing money anyway. Get your numbers up by being a lower cost alternative and market to that.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't gonna hear no argument from me. Because it's absurd what you have to pay. If I was
Tony Khan, I would put like screenshots of their ticket prices on TV and go, this is how much it costs to go to that bullshit. This is how much you can come see us for.
Oh, I would troll the living crap out of them. I would be punching up nonstop at them over what's happening.
Give us a try. And then do something like have some sort of like somebody in this world is going to make a fortune soon by treating the customer with some respect and rewarding some loyalty. And I don't mean 15 points that you can redeem for 38 cents on your next purchase. And we're going to get somewhere in this world. But until then, man, fuck off these companies, bro.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to buy shit, but I mean, fuck these companies, bro. I mean, come on.
Let's not get started with him. He basically laid out the same argument via a text thread with me and Harper that you and I are having, and then the night of the whatever PLE it was, I think it was the first one on ESPN, whatever one that was. I don't remember. I don't care. He said he sends a text, "I'm in, baby." So all that bullshit you complained about them robbing you of money, and I literally
great.
so, and I'm like, I'm kind of like being Harper. I was almost shit posting. I'm like, dude, you're talking about capitalism right now. They're capitalizing on every dollar they can, and he's having this argument with me and Harper on this text thread. And I just left it alone because I'm not going to, in the discussion we had, this isn't on social media, but I'm like, I said my piece, I said my 2 texts, and I'm left it alone, right? And for it to come back that night, he's like, "I'm in, baby." I was like, so all that bitching you said about I ain't spending, blah, 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 look, you just did it.
Bro, I was just bullshitting, bro.
I mean, bro, look here, bro. I mean, I know I could pirate the shit, bro, but here's the thing, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for saving a few dollars here and there, but I mean, pirating it just ain't right, bro. I mean, I see these guys who tell me they can hook me up and I can pirate it, and I know how to do all that stuff, bro. I know how to use Google. Unlike Doc, who's a fucking moron, I Googled how to fucking pirate this stuff, but I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I can see myself doing it, but I ain't trying to take money out of nobody's pockets. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Okay, D-Man.
All I'm saying is that here's the next thing I'm saying. WWE has a lot of nerve charging those prices and rolling out that product. And that's going to be a problem over the long haul because their product is a steaming turd.
I can't say what their product is right now because I haven't watched since football season started.
There you go.
My son, he's got a, I don't say girlfriend now. He's got this girlfriend.
Oh, he sealed the deal then, huh? We heard about that a few months back. So
whatever PLE happened where Cena is battling Dom, whatever night that was, he, college football's on. So he messaged me and because he wasn't home. He's like, "Did you even know there was one tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, Cena's wrestling Dom." And he's like, "Oh, that's right." And he's like, "I guess I'll have to watch it later." He's got other things that are taking his priority right now. But he ain't even watching in a while. He's got a job, wheels, and a woman. So
bye.
The wrestling has taken its hiatus from his life at this point.
Yeah, he'd have to marry that girl and get a little bit more miserable before he'd come back to wrestling.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly what happened. Oh, man. All right. I don't think we have anything else. So how about we get into the show?
I think we should. It's hey, it feels like baseball season has started.
Let me hit the record button on the video version. Say that again, what you just said. It feels like what?
Baseball season has started.
Why does it feel like baseball season has started as we embark on April the 23rd of 1994?
Well, it's April, so baseball season would start, and this shit ain't 2 hours long.
Oh, you like the shorter versions is what I'm hearing.
Greg Maddux is out there throwing complete game 2 hour and 12-minute shutouts on motherfuckers.
Okay. This week's episode was taped March the 30th of 94 at Center Stage, which means it was taped prior to Spring Stampede, but that's not going to totally impact it because the first thing we see and watch is a promo from by Sting about Spring Stampede, and let's go to that audio right now.
I have to say is woo and ow and yow, yes! It feels good. This is number 4 now, and I always knew I had it in my blood. Right after the heat of the battle, talk about blood. Thank God it's not mine this time. It's ravishing Rick Rude's. Yeah, I had to cheat a little bit to get you to sign on the dotted line, but I'm not complaining. You know why? Because that's the gold belt right there, the World Heavyweight title, and it's mine once again. And as far as Harley Race sticking his nose in the beginning of a prestigious match like the World Heavyweight Championship and trying to tell me that Vader wants me, he wants Rude, he wants the winner of the match, well, I got news for you. You know me a long time now. Same with you, Vader. Did you think I was going to run? Did you think I was going to say no? No way. That's not in my blood. If you want me, if you want the title, I'm all yours. I'm not running. I'm just feeling good.
He's feeling good, Doc. He's feeling good. 4th time he's won that thing. He calls it the WCW World Title, even though it's the international
Nobody knows what to call this
world
fucking
title
thing
at this point because they haven't merged the belts back together yet. But anyway, I'm probably the only one keeping track of that. And the listeners out there who would point that out to us. All right. Any thoughts on Sting?
He gave us a woo at the beginning, which was fun. I didn't think that was that bad. I mean, he's fired up for winning the title. I didn't like that he said he had to cheat a little bit.
Honesty is the best policy, is what they used to tell us.
That. Like I had to bend the rules a little bit to get what I wanted, but just saying out and out cheat.
Like I said, they used to tell us honesty is the best policy. Maybe he was working by that
it's not.
rule.
Come on. Bro, you're going to fail at capitalism with that policy.
Okay.
But no, I thought he was decent there. I mean, he had some emotion. He won it. There were shenanigans. He addressed them. You know, I mean, he's not going to come out there and cut the best promo ever, but I'm also not going to, you know, that wasn't bad for him.
Doc being nice to Sting. How about that?
Not nice, honest. Remember, honesty is the best policy. You just said it.
Okay, sure. And you just said...
I'm just trying to follow. Hey, I've decided that in 2026, I'm going to do what you say. How about that?
And you just said honesty doesn't help you win in capitalism. So
I'm not trying to win capitalism. I'm trying to hang with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Being my little buddy Mike in 2026. You can't stop us.
Okay. Continuing along, it was fine. It was quick. You know, this was taped before. I'm talking about the actual show. The entire show was taped before. The matches were taped before Spring Stampede. So, you know, it's good to interject a Sting promo there right before as we get going to make it seem like this was recorded after, because back then nobody knew unless you were in attendance. It was recorded before. We go to the first match. It's Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Bagwell versus the Gambler and Tony Zane. Yes, Scorpio is still here because while we've talked about him being fired in April, again, this is taped in March, so that is why. There's lots of talk during the introductions of Tony's talking about visiting the Dustin versus Bunkhouse match and other things from Spring Stampede, and I'm just here to tell you, Dustin and Bunkhouse Buck from Spring Stampede, you got to hear us talk about it at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. What a phenomenal, I mean, I want to call it a brawl, but it was kind of like a slow-paced type of brawl. Good stuff. Those two put on a hell of a bunkhouse match. Anyway, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT is where you can find that.
Sorry, if you're not a patron and you're like, oh man, these guys they're always negative. Maybe about Saturday night, but you need to go listen to us talk about Spring Stampede, because that was a hell of a wrestling card. We put it over and I would say in all humbleness and humility, we got ourselves over in the process, but that's a different story. Again, great match.
Yeah. I don't want to add anything else because I'll spoil it, but tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. It was fantastic. The whole card was fantastic, but Dustin versus Bunkhouse Buck was phenomenal. What a just great fight, if I can say it like that.
Can you go back to the beginning of this match, like at the very beginning when they come on the air?
For why? What do you want?
Keep going. What's this Chester Cheetah looking motherfucker?
I don't know what that is. It's supposed to be some kind of mascot.
Didn't know if that was... Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe the workout gear that Too Cold and Bagwell are wearing?
The best way I describe it is those old windbreaker type jackets, but they're like multicolored. I mean, I think I've seen them with them before. They ain't nothing special. And we got this guy. I had a note for him. You see this guy jamming in the crowd? Jesus Lord. Boy, he's got the rhythm of a fucking wall.
Hey, man, he's just at the wrestling show having a good time. And let's be clear, that was back when you could do that. He couldn't go to a show now, probably.
Yeah, that's true, because these are all freebies.
He's got to choose between he's got to choose between his Trulicity to keep his A1C down and going to the wrestling show.
You think he cleared the 90s?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
You're
All
not going
right.
to catch me in that shit again.
What do you have from this one? As we watched it a second ago as we were talking.
The Gambler, bro, he looks sleazy.
He does. He looks great. Surprised you don't have a note for
look at
these
these
other ladies.
three.
They look a little young, though.
Yeah.
I'm not
I think
commenting.
one of them is old enough, but I don't. If it's in the great, huh?
I wouldn't clip what you just said. I think one of them is old enough. That sounds really sleazy. Uh-huh.
Using the BTT definitions that people already know. Come on.
Okay.
And if there's a gray area, we're going to pass because there's enough, full-grown women out in the world.
All right, well, Bagwell slams Tony Zane, and then Scorpio hits the 360 off the top rope. We watched it a second ago. If you're on Patreon with us at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. And Bagwell and Scorpio win. It might be his last Saturday night appearance. I'm not really sure. Not that it matters because we already talked about him being let go in April. But here we are. And I'd imagine, Saturday nights are only a few weeks behind in the tapings. Worldwide is a whole nother animal. So he's probably on that for months after. Because that's how he rolled back then. Any other thoughts on this one, Doc?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I like Scorpio. He was really good in this run. He deserved better. How about that?
Phenomenal.
How you gonna get fired for weed?
Don't forget, they held the tag titles for a split second too. So
if Scorpio was white, would they have got rid of him?
Bruh, what is wrong with you?
I'm just trying to promote
answer that
social
question.
justice. My answer is no, but
So
I'm trying to promote.
Now you go from conservative to now social justice, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just pointing out what you do to trigger people online. You are the shit. You know what's funny? Harper is the shit poster of social media, and as much as you criticize that, you do the same shit on this show for 10 years now.
10 years.
Because you made that comment for Billy Bob out in, the sticks in Kentucky to get triggered. Why are you always thinking about race, Doc? What the hell's wrong with you, son? Man, the man shouldn't have been smoking that stuff. That stuff's not legal. What the fuck, man? I mean, I ain't
First
gonna
of
listen
all,
to this
Billy
damn show.
Bob.
Shut up. I ain't listening to this bullshit no more if you won't keep on acting like that social warrior, Doc. You ain't funny. You think you fucking funny. You ain't fucking funny. Somebody need to tell you that.
Come on. First of all, Billy Bob, that still that you're visiting every day is just as illegal as the weed and more harmful.
Hey, man, don't worry about what I do with my time, all right?
Right. I understand. And I'm just trying to teach Billy Bob a better way to live. After, 7 generations of his family living in abject poverty in the hills of Kentucky.
I wipe my guns with your liberal tears, you son of a bitch.
Nice.
All right, Billy Bob, go away. We got some wrestling to talk about.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. It just it hit me finally. You, as much as you're critical of Harper's shit posting, you do the same thing in a different format. And I love the people that can point it out on, because there are people, the normal listener realizes it. It's the new listener who flies in and just finds a show and doesn't realize that you're just trying to trigger people. And they get triggered.
Well, that's their problem.
Right. As
Don't
you
get
always,
triggered.
This same person constantly gets triggered by things and tells me about it, just so y'all know.
Just wandering through life triggered.
Yeah, that's you.
Not me, no.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, we go to meet Tony, Mean Gene, and Bobby Heenan introduce the show. They talk for a minute or two, and Mean Gene teases someone very sensual coming into WCW, and Heenan said, "Who is it? Zsa Zsa Gabor?" And then we head to the ring for Dustin versus Rick Fargo that we just watched, and it ended rather quickly. I have a couple notes, though, as I mentioned that. So, Doc, I'll throw to you. What do you have from this one?
Man, Fargo has a real tough guy tattoo. I mean, that's one of those tattoos you just didn't see back in 1994 on most people.
Yeah, this guy is he looks like the legit real thing. And if he's not, kudos to him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I don't mean him specifically. I mean,
he's got the big ass, like, stretch out your palm, like, tattoo on his upper arm. Not a sleeve or anything. Just one, but it means something to him because it's big.
No, he's got the one on the right, and then he's got like a little smaller one on the left. But it's not just that. He's built like an actual tough wrestler, even though some of his bumps are a little awkward, but it happens.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, but I'm right there with you.
Okay, that's all I got.
So remember, this is
quick.
like I said, this is tape prior to Spring Stampede, but Dustin has his head bandaged, and he appears to have even a left black eye. So I want to give a hat tip to WCW for that. After the war that Dustin and Buck had, you can't just roll him out there like he, is he's got no blemishes after what they went through at their match. So even though this is taped before, it feels like WCW did their best to make him look beaten. And I got to give him credit. I have to give him credit for that, because normally we would criticize him if his face looked fine. You know what I mean, Doc?
I had a note for the interview on that, so I'm glad you cleared it up. And if they put some thought into this and some actual independent effort, we will applaud that.
So let's go to the interview, and we'll talk about it on the other side, because you can really tell during the interview, which I have my suspicions the actual interview may have been taped after, but the match was taped before. As I say that, during the match, they have his head bandaged to make it look like he was in a battle. So that's the other part of it too. But because if you notice, his eye looks more black during the interview. But anyway, here it is.
Did very impressive, and he was involved in a wild one last Sunday night up in Chicago at the Spring Stampede. You met Bunkhouse Buck at a bunkhouse match, and as a matter of fact, Dustin, you're still showing the effects of that outing.
Well, Gino, do I look hurt to you?
Well, you look a little
You
worse.
need to look at Bunkhouse Buck, because whatever happened at Spring Stampede, that's not the last of it. I can promise you this, because Bunkhouse Buck and that dirty, good-for-nothing Colonel Parker do not have any guts at all. They don't have any guts at all to face me, man to man, fist to fist, stone to stone, whatever you want to call it. Bunkhouse Buck, each and every time that you and I have faced off or squared off, you've been at my backside. You've been looking down my neck, jumping me from behind. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I met you in your match at Spring Stampede. Now I want you to meet me in my kind of match, a bull rope match.
Whoa, wait a minite. I'm a city guy. What in the world is a bull rope match?
Well, if you've ever been to a rodeo, Gino, you'll know what a bull rope is. It's strapped around a 1,500-pound bull. Somebody gets on that bull to ride it, a big old cowboy. And this cowboy from Austin, Texas, 260 pounds, was raised on the ranch, raised around the bunkhouses, riding bulls, because my daddy put me on one when I was 4 years old, and I had to hold on for my life. Now I'm going to tell you one thing. At Slamboree, if you got any guts, which I don't think you have, then you meet me in a bull rope match. I can promise you, I'm going to slap this 10-pound cowboy right around your skull.
All right, a very heated Dustin Rhodes wants Bunkhouse Buck in a bull rope match. More Saturday night when we come back. Promotional consideration.
I thought that was good. I definitely think as I rewatch it, this promo is definitely taped at a different time than the match, possibly after actually Spring Stampede, because even the bandage on his head is not exactly the same, and his black eye is a little darker. However, I will stand by what I said. I give him credit for adjusting and making him look like he went through a battle at the pay-per-view. What were your thoughts?
I popped when Gene said, "Hey, I'm a city guy. What is that?"
Right.
I guess the other thing is that after that match at Spring Stampede, if they want to do something similar again, sign me up.
The critical person here would tell you that they went from 0 to 360 in an instant because Buck did jump him, but they never had like a regular match, during it.
Well, and the other thing, because he said it in the interview, he said every time we lock up. How many times is that? Like 2?
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think what he meant was you're constantly jumping me. He didn't literally mean in actual matches, but
right.
Because he did say you're always jumping me from behind.
But it's wrestling, dude, and this shit's not airtight.
Oh, yeah. No, this is pretty damn airtight the way they did this. You got to give them credit. I mean, I was shocked.
We gave him credit?
I was shocked to see the eye and the tape on his forehead.
That level of attention to detail is very, very rare for the WCW.
Right. I mean, how many times, once again, we can't spell Arn Anderson's name right on the Chiron.
We had Lex Luger in a hospital after the event happened.
What do you mean by that one? I mean, I know what you mean.
Exactly what. I forget that one, but I know he was laying in a hospital bed somewhere. Right, but this makes no sense because, whatever had happened. At the time.
And no, but I'll even give you a better example. There have been times where they just misplaced things in the show. For example, when Arn Anderson returned, I'm going to give David Jordan credit because he was the first one to point this out. He's like, Arn Anderson returned in the center stage, comes out to this great reaction. This is before they were piping in the crowd noise. But at the beginning of the show, they're showing, it's the commercials and stuff where they say, coming to your town. They advertised Arn Anderson. So before he actually made his re-debut coming back from WWF, they were plugging he was going to be in such and such town. So if you just watch that, you wouldn't have been surprised. That's the type of level of detail that they usually don't take, whereas here they did. So it was good. I give him credit, man. I'll give him credit. And we know.
I mean,
Harper doesn't watch wrestling anymore. It seems at this show, but he does watch the pay-per-view. So he did. He gives his thoughts on the match that they had on Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. So if you're missing Harper,
let me save everybody a couple of bucks. That was good shit.
Bruh. Harper doesn't usually watch these shows. He watches the pay-per-views and clashes, and he watches
We started late the other night because he texted us and said, I got 40 more minutes to watch.
He had to break it up into like 3 watching sessions. But I could tell you know what that was from, though, too? It's because he was watching football, so he couldn't,
Oh.
Yeah. So he had to watch it in between his football. That's right. All right, let's continue, okay. Doc. Good stuff from Buck. Let's see what happens with this bull rope match. Sounds like another banger. We go to Mean Gene.
Let's do it.
We go to Mean Gene from the Slamboree Control Center. And Mean Gene mentions a bunch of the legends who will be at Slamboree. This is the next pay-per-view that will be coming up. Tully Blanchard is advertised to take on Terry Funk. This will be Sunday, May 22nd. So, we're basically about a month away from the pay-per-view as we record this now. We got Vader versus Rick Rude right now as it stands. We get a Rick Rude promo talking about the grudge match that he's going to have with Vader. Rude has not been injured yet. So, we're going to keep advertising this even after his injury. You'll see what I'm talking about. We are going to see the Nasty Boys versus Kevin and Dave Sullivan. So to the point you made, I'd need to look it up. I don't have it in front of me right now exactly, but we're done, I believe, with Max Payne at this point. And anyway, you got any other thoughts on this Legends reunion where we'll see Terry Funk battle Tully Blanchard? At least that's the advertisement as of now, Doc.
I feel like we're just saying Tully Blanchard's name without the appropriate fanfare because that fool's been gone for like 5 years.
Oh yeah, we're well past it. And in fairness, we should have had him back if not for him being, kind of screwed over for his apparent or alleged failure of a drug test.
Yeah, he's the white. He's the white Tuchel Scorpio.
Right, but what question did you ask me earlier when you triggered Billy Bob?
I don't remember. What were we talking about?
You said the Scorpio get fired if he's white for the marijuana use. Well, I'm like,
yeah,
well,
but here's the
here you go, mental gymnastics. Say, you come on, do the mental gymnastics that you liberal assholes always like to do.
No, here's the difference. Scorpio is a upper mid card talent, not making the kind of money that a Horseman was making, and Herd was trying to shed salary. So there's a complete difference there. That sometimes, see, you can use black and white and colors and race until green gets involved, and then that color trumps everything else, and that's what we're talking about here. So I fail to see the corollary.
You're making excuses all the time. I know you're kind boy. You make all kind of excuses.
You know my kind. What?
Fucking assholes. Goddamn city dwellers.
City dwellers. Me and Gino.
All right. Well, let's continue. Did you have anything from Rude's promo? It was very quick.
No.
Yeah, he was just talking about the grudge match he's going to have with Vader. We then go to highlights of Nick Bockwinkel taking the boss's nightstick and handcuffs from him at Spring Stampede. Again, if you missed it, you can hear us review it at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. But in summary, we break it all down, but Bockwinkel stripped the gimmick of the boss away from Boss Man, so we'll keep moving since that was a replay from the pay-per-view. We then go to Kevin and Dave Sullivan versus Doc's new favorite tag team, the Rogaine Award winner, Steve Kern and Bad Attitude with Bobby Eaton. Doc, I should go to you and ask, what do you have from this 5-star banger?
Who's the babyface here?
It's supposed to be Sullivan and the Sullivan brothers.
Okay.
Supposed to be, but, you know, we're also getting to an era during this time period where, you know, I'm sure you realize this when you came back to wrestling around, you know, 6 months from this point. That
No. About a year, over a year.
Oh, it was 95 before you?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, the point I was going to make was you get into the point in wrestling where that doesn't matter as much as it once did, and there's a lot of...
We believe that the world is more gray than shades of black and white, and we want the WWF don't want to insult you, the fan.
Okay, Vince, promo? That was a terrible Vince impression, but I got it.
Okay.
Look at Bobby Eaton sell for Dave Sullivan. Jesus. That was the only note I had. Watch.
You think Eaton's out there going, man, I miss Corny.
I miss Corn. Because doesn't Cornette say he doesn't say corny? Corn?
You sure?
Yeah. That's what I've heard Cornette say he would call it. Corn? I'm scared. Bobby Eaton. Look at that. Look at Dave Sullivan and look Bobby Eaton. Watch these punches. Look at Bobby Eaton just flying around. God, I love Bobby Eaton, man. All right, what do you have from this one?
This is one of those things that we sometimes talk about in terms of tights, but man, there's just blonde mullets everywhere in the ring. I can't keep up with who's who. These white people all look alike.
They do. I mean, they're dressed probably different. You can tell who's who, but there is
probably
a lot of,
smell like puppy dogs too.
There are a lot of blonde mullets, dude. Sullivan, not as much. It's just because he's got that balding thing going on the back of his head.
But you're taking notes. You're looking down. You're looking up. Wait, who is that?
Yeah, and it ain't HD. So, but I'm with you. There's a lot of blonde mullets in this ring today. Yeah. Anyway, any other thoughts? It's not like they go forever. We got a 1 hour show here, so they got to get through this crap.
Yeah, this wasn't my favorite match.
So the finish, as we work towards it here, Dave Sullivan throws Kern over the top rope, and the Sullivans are DQ'd. And my note was, as much as I love many of the guys in this, I'm glad it was over.
Yeah.
There was nothing much happening here. All right, let's continue because we got our favorite manager, one of our favorite caricature of a managers of all time. Is that a fair way to describe Colonel Robert Parker?
I would have said all around talents.
Okay, that's fine too. Look at how he's standing with this cigar in his mouth, head held high. He's such a clown, isn't he?
In the best possible way.
Jesus, he's so great. All right, well, we're gonna go to
when this show is over, like when we ride off into the sunset on our collective Kawasaki mules. The biggest regret I'm going to have, other than, some of the horrible things that I've had to listen to you say, is that we never had this guy on the show.
He wants a lot of money to do shows, bro.
Of course he does. He's a carny bastard.
Right.
In the best possible way.
We had his brother on, but not him, which was great. But this dude is phenomenal, man. And on that note, let's go to Mean Gene and Colonel Parker. Here it is.
Fans, joining me at this time, the self-proclaimed greatest promoter of all time in the world, Colonel Robert Parker. And Colonel, next week right here on Saturday night, big main event, Johnny B. Bad is going to be challenging your man, United States heavyweight champ, Stunning Steve Austin.
That's going to be an outstanding main event. That's for sure. We're going to take Johnny B. Bad and change him over to Johnny B. Had.
Hey, where's Bunkhouse Buck? I understand he looks a little worse for wear after spring stampede.
Oh, sir, Buck, right now, he did this exactly what I told him to do. He hit that Dustin Rhodes, Dusty's little puppy, and down Dustin went like a bowl of wheat and a streak of lightning. I sent him and Austin off to Memphis with my own personal card, walking the same boulevard where Elvis Presley walked himself before he disappeared. Beale Street.
Disappeared? He bought the fuck. I should tell you this. You made a challenge in front of a national television audience at Spring Stampede. You asked Ric Flair to meet your man, and apparently it has something to do with this satchel.
It absolutely has something to do with this here suitcase. This suitcase right here, what I'm going to do with this suitcase, I'm going to walk in the big shoes of Colonel Tom. Get your hands off of that, Tom Parker, and I'm going to fill those shoes at the Slamboree with this suitcase right here. It's got an idea in it, and the idea is going to put the gold around our waist. Now, one thing to be thinking about, Rhodes, you're not going to get no more matches with Buck. Forget it.
All right, the words of Colonel Robert Parker. I thank you, and stay tuned. We're going to be back with more here on TBS.
He didn't say nothing too spectacular there, but I absolutely loved it when he told Gene to take his paws off his satchel or suitcase. Gene called it a satchel. Your thoughts?
Just to say what you said, but it's just he's got a rap. He's got lines of bullshit. It's no different than a Dusty, or back in the day we used to talk about Ricky Morton. They get in that rhythm. They might as well be doing Southern Baptist preaching. It's no different than what he's doing right there. And it's just when it's natural and it's flowing and it got something to talk about, just you get Johnny B. Had and we're down in Beale Street. Just it's the rap. And it makes it all more believable, no matter how absurd it is.
Absolutely. I love him. His facial expressions. I say it every week. It's not just what he's saying, it's the look he gives. It's just good stuff. All right, we continue. We go to the Patriot versus the Terrorist. Boy. This isn't quite Dixie Dynamite versus the Stormtrooper, but it's kind of in the same category, maybe a little bit different.
I'm kind of glad Harper's not here because I'm kind of worried about what he might have said.
Oh my God! If you thought the bit earlier was political, holy shit! Look at these two. God, if this isn't 90s wrestling, I don't know what it is. We got the Patriot in red, white, and blue, and we got the Terrorist in camo gear with a camo mask. Oh my goodness!
And you're still saying that's David Fidel Sierra?
That's who it's supposed to be.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's who it is. That is who it reportedly is, and I think it is him.
This was quick.
That's what she said. On top of that, Tony teases.
Did they also nut inside her?
Okay. Tony teases a special introduction coming after this match. Someone who is new in WCW. And
did you say nude?
New, not nude.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Let me tell y'all something. Everybody out there who criticizes the way Mike explains things, he can't help it. He's a dumb fucking idiot from the South, and he's just a fucking moron. So just stick that up your corn cob, Mike, and smoke it. It ain't gonna get no better. He's an uneducated dipshit who got lucky in life.
As we roll over to 2026, that is the same character you pulled out at the beginning of episode 1.
Is it? Oh, yeah, Uncle Gavin.
Yeah.
That was his name. Who the fuck do you think you are, Doc?
What?
I had a buddy of mine who used to he used to sell vehicles, and he used to do this bit where he's like, you get these in Texas, and you get these like West Texas guys who man, I'm looking for a 4-door dually, low miles, and I don't want to spend no more than $10,900. And the guy looks at him like, you want a dually with low miles and you want to spend $10,000. That must be some good marijuana you on, dude.
Can you imagine the dipshits you have to deal with selling cars?
I mean, we bought cars.
Here's the thing. Everybody has a car, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to deal with everybody. Ugh.
Sure. All right, Doc. Well, the Patriot wins.
And it's all a game where everybody's trying to screw the other person over, because that's what buying a car really is. Ugh.
Yeah. Doc, the Patriot wins with the full Nelson Slam. We then go to a monumental debut on WCW Saturday Night. It is Sensuous Sherri. She comes out.
What's up, girl?
I'm gonna play it from this point with some audio. The first thing she does upon being introduced is she lays a healthy kiss on Gene. Gene got kissed.
Which one? Hold on. Whose breath right there has more bows on it when they're kissing?
Man, that's kind of like a seesaw when like you got a 200-pounder on one side and a 200-pounder on the other. It kind of just balances out.
I feel like Gene is sort of a low-key Gordon Soley on the booze meter, but that's just me. But what is she wearing right there? Like tape?
I don't know how to describe it. If you're a patron, you can see it. tinyurl.com/PatreonBGT. It's a very revealing outfit. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. But let's go listen to Gene and Sherri. And I got some thoughts after. Here it is. Look at Gene.
Boy, you're back, all right. Sherri, well, I'll tell you, you obviously are here for a reason with World Championship Wrestling.
Yes, me, Gene, I am here for a reason. All the wonderful athletes in the WCW, I know that there has to be some special person out there. I am here for a reason, and that is to find a man that can fulfill all of my needs. Do you know what those needs are?
I'd like to hear.
My needs are to take a man and to go to get the World Championship belt. Now, he must be strong, he must be daring, he must be very, very handsome, and he must have it in him to go to the World Championship. Now, that is what I want. Those are my needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, laying it all on the line. Here looking for a man, Sensuous Sherri. Watch out, WCW. When she's here, get ready for the party. And stay tuned. We've got more exciting action when we return with more Saturday Night.
Dude, Gene might have did a little yeeting and skeeting when he was getting kissed. Look at this dude's reaction. Okay, so she kisses him. Now look at him. He's feeling it. And then he drops the mic when Sherri says, "I'm here to find a man to fulfill all of my needs." He can't contain himself. Look at him. He's getting all hot in the collar. What'd you think of this?
She looks good right there.
Look at him drop the mic.
He's probably also hamming it up so that he don't get in trouble back home with the wife.
Okay. Mean Gene scores without the ball during this interview. I mean, Sherri's laying it on, but if you watch Gene the whole time, he is feeling it, man. Look, he's raising his eyebrow. This is good stuff.
So basically, she's the Missy replacement.
Again, it depends on who you believe, but according to Bischoff, Missy was pissed, threw a fit backstage. Eventually, she's gone because of that, and now you have Sherri.
All right.
Did you see Sherri grab his ass at the end of that? Watch her right arm. Watch. Here comes. She's goosing him.
Come on.
Am I lying?
I bet she was a fun girl to hang out with.
What do you mean by that?
I'll let the listener paint the picture in their own mind. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I think she was shit. I bet she was a lot of fun.
If they smoke and have tattoos, they put out. She doesn't have tattoos, though.
She wasn't going to get mad about everybody watching football on Sunday. How about that?
No, she was just going to leave your ass watching football and go do whatever she wanted to do. If we're being realistic.
Concept.
Yeah. Now, the thing she would be doing might be a little questionable, but whatever.
What is that supposed to be?
I'm just having fun.
Wait.
I like the guy in the Dark Side of the Ring they interviewed. That was like her
son?
No, the not the son. Was it was she married? I don't even remember if she was married to him. He just was like, Sherri was just gonna do what she wanted to do, basically. Like there was no, this woman is not, I'm gonna go to work, come home, cook dinner, and be satisfied with that. That wasn't Sherri. You weren't gonna, she was not gonna do that with her life.
Okay.
Anyway.
It's free country, Mike. Why are you trying to tell people how they gotta live?
Why did you bring up the son? Like what?
I don't know. That's the only person I remember being on that show.
You don't remember the ex-husband or whatever?
Nah, man.
Okay. Of course you didn't. You've had too much to drink since then, you fucking alcoholic.
What is that?
Hey, you know something, Doc, man. You like to make fun of people, but you're a steaming asshole and alcoholic.
That's not very nice.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Sherri's, I'm going to call it debut, and she's looking for a man to fulfill all of her needs, and she wants to get that world title? Any thoughts?
Literally don't know who. I know some of the people she will end up managing. I do not know who her first person will be. I don't know.
All right. Well, enjoy the ride.
That's what I'm here for, Mike.
It's going to be a while. Like, it doesn't happen instantly. They milk it. They milk it for a long time.
Whoa. So Sherri milks it?
No, I said they. I didn't say Sherri.
Okay.
Yep. They went to new listener of the week, Matt Wilson. If they made it through the other 100 bits of stupidity. All right,
milk
Doc.
It.
Let's go to, again, it's only a 1 hour show, so we're already at the main event. And the main event is The main event is Ricky Steamboat and Arn Anderson versus Tanaka-san and Haito. And Arn and Steamboat hit the ring and immediately go after Tanaka and Haito. Remember, it's a 1 hour show. We ain't got a lot of time, so they make this very, very quick. I say very, very quick. It wasn't like a minute. It was only like 5 minutes. But what are your thoughts on this one?
Not 100% sure why we're so fired up at our Japanese friends.
Well,
this was before Spring Stampede. These guys were brought in to prep Steve Austin, so they're still here. Do they stay after this, or is this it for them?
I don't remember how long they were around. I mean, I don't remember them doing anything with them. But yeah, they were here for the purpose of Austin. Getting Austin ready for Muda.
Thought it was weird, like Austin ran through these guys, but then these guys gave the Steamboat and Arn quite a tussle.
It was only 5 minutes or so.
That's quite a bit of a tussle.
Okay, I disagree, but the weird thing about this match, if you don't have nothing else from it, because again, it's really quick. There's no hot tag. Arn just eventually comes in, and
he just said bucket.
He did. He just comes in, and Nick Patrick allows it. There's no tag made, unless I missed it. And then all four guys.
And they were talking about it on commentary too.
Yeah, there's no tag. Nick Patrick's still telling him you're not legal, and he's telling him to get out. And anyway, Steamboat and Tanaka are technically the legal men, but there's end up being a double team on Arn, and Steamboat eventually Arno lays them, and Steamboat recovers, comes off the top on Tanaka-san, and Steamboat pins Tanaka, and Arn and Steamboat win by pin. It's very uneventful. I'm really confused because Arn just continues working the match, and he's not legal. And eventually here's the crossbody. Steamboat on Tanaka, 1, 2, 3. Very, very odd. Very odd.
I have a question.
The way they did that. If Crockett was here, because Crockett always speaks up for the refs, he would have been blowing a gasket, and he wouldn't have been wrong. But what are your thoughts?
Is it possible? Is it a possible explanation that this is some sort of way that Arn is ribbing Nick Patrick?
It's possible, or it's just a TV taping and nobody cares, and we're talking too much about something that doesn't even matter.
True.
Because
that's why I said possible explanation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
just going to go out there and mess with him.
Possibly.
And then he's going to get yelled at in the back, and I think that's funny.
I bet he didn't get yelled at, but sure.
Well, if it was part of the rib, they did.
Maybe. I don't know.
You love ribs, don't you? That was like your favorite part of being in the wrestling business, was all the ribbing.
Oh, I don't mind like friendly ribs, but the problem is it goes too far.
Because wrestlers don't know how to behave.
It's not just wrestlers. People in general don't know how to. But yeah, some wrestling ribs are just ridiculous. And it goes too far.
You know the stiffest rib that you were ever exposed to in the business? Not that happened to you necessarily, but you know.
I don't know if I call this a rib, but I watched my buddy Sassy Vegas, who was on the show years ago.
We all remember Sassy Vegas.
There was another wrestler, I don't want to say his name, was sitting on a folding chair in the locker room. And Sassy was always a clown. He was just a clown, dude. There's no other way to say it. He's undressing and getting dressed, I guess is how I want to say it. He's behind this other wrestler, as this chair is kind of not in the middle of the locker room, or dressing room, but it's not up against the wall. He walks behind the guy, drops his fucking nuts and dong on the guy's left shoulder. And the guy kind of like he feels something on his shoulder, so he's like, he tries to he takes his like right hand and tries to like brush it off, and then he realized you had to see it. As soon as he touches it, he realizes something's off. So then it happened real quick, but in slow motion. When you review it in your mind, the way he looks and then kind of looks back and then looks again and then jumps out of the chair because he's got another man's balls and dong sitting on his left shoulder. I thought he was going to try to kill Sassy.
Yeah, how long till the fight started?
There was no fight, but there was a lot of just. I mean, yeah, I remember Sassy's butt naked, bro. I mean, like, I don't know if I want to throw hands with my dong bouncing around balls, so, and they weren't going to fight, man. Like, it wasn't going to go that far, but would you consider that a rib or just a prank because I don't know if I feel like that's a rib, but then again, I do.
Maybe. I think you've told that story on the air before, but that's okay. I mean, we've been on a long time. So.
Well, you asked the question, and to me, that's like one of the most absurd things I've seen. Because you see it from start to finish. It like,
and you're fine with putting your dick on another man's shoulder?
No, I'm not fine with that. I don't think he should have did that to this dude, even though I didn't necessarily like this guy too much that he did it to. However,
so if you don't like somebody, it's okay to put your dick on them.
No,
that's what you're saying.
I don't think he should have did it.
Okay.
I mean, he's butt naked. He puts his
balls
and dong on this dude's shoulders. And the tough part is so you got to think of like the logistics of that, because he's behind the guy, but that's not easy to do because you kind of got to like, contort your body in a way where they don't feel you before you drop them on there.
I don't know.
And we're watching it play out. Like as I'm sitting down. I don't know if I was probably sitting. I'm sitting down watching this guy just talking. And see, this guy was a BSer. That was the thing. Like he was just BSing, and that's what, from what I recall, that's what made Sassy put his dong and balls on the guy's shoulder. So you were
at dick eye level. You were staring it down right there at dick eye level.
Sure, if that's how you want to word it.
Sure.
The guy's just BSing, and Sassy's like watching this story play out, and he's behind him just rolling his eyes. And then, so then we got to look down so we don't make it obvious that we're, kind of laughing at Sassy rolling his eyes. This guy's so into his bullcrap story, he's not even realizing that me and I think it was my buddy Brian that was next to me. It may have been three of us. I don't remember exactly. I know Brian was one of them, but he doesn't even realize because he's so into his bullcrap that somebody behind him is making fun of him. So we're just kind of looking down, and then we look. I just remember kind of like looking up and was like, he's naked. He's about to put his balls and dong on this guy's shoulder. I'm like, he's not going to do this. I mean, in my mind, I'm saying that. And then
so classy.
And then he does it, and it's just, oh my God. You think about this. Okay, there's no shower in this. This happened in Houma, Louisiana, from what I remember. There's no shower in East Park Rec Center that I know of, at least in the area we were getting dressed in this night. I don't remember that. No, there might have been one in there. But anyway, that's not important, even if there was one. Sassy has wrestled. He's getting undressed and getting dressed. So he puts his sweaty balls and dong on another man's shoulder. Yep. Anyway, good
Wrestling
stuff.
Business, everybody.
You asked the question and I answered. That's all I'm going to say. On that particular note, let's go to Lord Steven Regal and Sir William, who are going to close the show. Doc, did you have any closing thoughts on Steamboat and Arn and Tanaka and Haito?
Not really.
All right, let's go to the promo from Sir William and Lord Steven Regal.
Arn Anderson and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in action. Very impressive, I might add. Joining me right now, Sir William, and guest.
Mine, Sir William.
World Television Champion Lord Steven.
Did you see what happened on this show last week?
Yes, Larry Zbyszko walked out on an interview he was conducting with you.
Not only is this show seen in America, it's seen all over the world. In the week that the Queen chose to take down Lord Nelson's statue and put a statue of his lordship in Trafalgar Square, what does he do? He embarrasses me by walking out. Would you walk out on nobility? I don't think you would. You're a professional. How can you call Larry Zbyszko a professional at what he does? He gets paid to hold a microphone and he can't even do that properly. He's the same as every one of you stupid Americans, undereducated, have no manners whatsoever, even your beloved Mr. Clinton. To come to Great Britain to get a decent education, then he comes back here and runs your country for you. You see, he has a mind. Now, I've proved my worth as a world's television champion, and I don't need some two-bit supposed wrestler calling himself a legend insulting me on national television.
Wait a minute. Larry Zbyszko, a very prominent wrestler for years in
Yes,
this
perhaps
country.
back in the 1950s sometimes, when he was a bit more athletic. Has he wrestled in front of kings and queens? I wrestled in front of the king of bloody Abdab. Do you realize this?
I didn't know that.
No, nor does he. He's never been farther than bloody New York. And he has the gall to walk out on an interview with William. Next week, I demand, do you understand? I demand a public apology in front of every single one. And I want him to write a letter to the Queen because she's rather infuriated. William, let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it may be a cold day before you see Larry Zbyszko publicly apologize to Lord Steven Regal. Hopefully, we're going to find out more tomorrow night of the main event and back here next week. For Heenan, Schiavone, and myself, have a good weekend. So long, everybody.
Boy, Regal can't help himself. He's like you, man. He's got to get political. And Harper.
Sometimes when you're talking about the facts, you're just talking about facts, pal.
Okay. You see? Any thoughts on the closing promo? He is pissed off at Regal. I mean, at Zbyszko, man. He ain't happy at all.
Okay, here's my question. I got no problem, zero problem with Larry Zbyszko, but he retired and became a commentator. Is this the best feud we can find for Regal, who's amazing?
I think you're overthinking it, bro.
Nah, I'm not overthinking shit.
Okay.
Trying to get Regal the best possible competition, and I just don't think we're doing that.
First off, wrestlers never retire. So you bringing that into the equation is fake news. Wrestlers never retire.
Okay, so let's say he's semi-retired. Is Larry Zbyszko the best we can do for a feud for Steven Regal?
I don't hate it. That's all I'm saying. I like both guys.
Okay.
I think they're both good. I don't think it takes anything off of Regal's back. I think it's fine. I think, like always, you're a curmudgeon and you need to find something to complain about. And this was the thing in this week, among the other things that you found something to complain about.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Exactly.
I'm going to change my ways based on your feedback.
All right. On that note, let's do what we normally do at this point, because that's how the show wraps up.
That's the new thing that's the new thing people ought to do online, is like get in an argument and go, I think you're right. I'm going to change everything I think about everything based on somebody I don't know and just met's opinions.
That, for somebody like Harper, that's not a lot of fun. He would rather shit post and troll.
For real. I know.
Exactly.
I'm talking about the beginner trolls out there. Harper's advanced.
Oh, God. He's got his PhD in trolling. It's a Nintendo Switch. What are you talking about? They don't make guns.
Bruh.
We're not talking about handguns. We're not talking about Nintendo, little man.
He got called little man, and then the liberal tears came out.
He got called little man. I posted that clip on YouTube because the clip of you and I talking about it, because it's just so phenomenal. He throws his brick and runs, and then just every now and then comes back and makes his comment. It's tremendous. It is so good. But we need to hand out the Toot Toot, the Rolex, and rate this thing. Before we do so, a quick reminder, Spring Stampede is in the rearview mirror. The only way you can listen to the review of it that we did last week is by going to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Not only will you get that pay-per-view review, you'll get the upcoming Slamboree pay-per-view review. That's taking place May 22nd, so it's about a month from now. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You get the world-class shows. You get all of the WCW pay-per-views we've done dating back to 85. You get the Clash of the Champions, the JV Goon Squad shows, the world-class shows, so much more. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, Doc, let's rate it. What are you giving this one? It's an hour, so that automatically bumps it into the B category.
Yeah, but it was kind of a letdown after Spring Stampede, so B-. All
right. Well, I like wrestling, and I don't have the same problems that you do. So Sherri made her debut. It was phenomenal. Mean Gene was great. Colonel Parker talked. He didn't say much, but he talked, so I'm good with that. Dustin Rhodes cut a really good promo. WCW gets credit for making him look like he was in a fight, even though this was taped before he was in a fight. We got a little Sting howl at the beginning of the show. I'm good, man. I love this. Heenan talked about Zsa Zsa Gabor. This is great. A-.
You are insane.
Sherri debuted and was phenomenal.
So, what's she ever really done?
See, there you go. You're trolling. You're shit posting. So that leaves the Toot Toot and a Rolex. I already know where you're going with it, but I'll ask anyway.
I'm giving it to Sherri, but I got to tell you, I strongly consider Dustin, but Sherri gets it.
You damn right Sherri gets it. She debuts, what she says, Gene reacting, that whole little segment was tremendous. And I mean, it's, as they call it here, Sensuous Sherri. It was great. And I got a feeling she may be getting a few more, but stay tuned and we will see how that all plays out. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. Explain. What's getting a few more?
You gave it a B-. Is that right?
Yeah.
Jesus, you should be ashamed of yourself. How disrespectful.
I should be, but I'm not.
So disrespectful.
How about that?
So disrespectful. Ugh.
I should be more ashamed, but I'm having a hard time finding the shame.
Okay. On that note, don't forget to repost the show when you see it posted on X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook, all that good stuff. It doesn't cost you $1 to do it. Just make sure you repost it. It greatly helps the show. We greatly appreciate it.
Every other company in the world is out there asking you to spend money. We're asking you to just help out, and it's free. Come on.
I mean, we do ask to sign up on Patreon, but we also haven't raised the prices, unlike everything else that's raised in this world.
We should do that.
Ever. I'm just saying. So it's the same that
we could probably get away with a little price hike.
Okay. All right, Doc, on that note, man, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything before we ride off into the sunset on our Kawasaki mules?
No, Teddy, I'm good.
Shout out to Austin, who doesn't do a podcast anymore.
Yeah, and hasn't in 7 years, but okay.
I'm just having some fun. All right, man.
All right. Well, that's a whole lot of fun, but I guess we'll go ahead and get out of here, and I'll just go ahead and say, book it, bitch.
Hey, everybody, it's Eazy E Eric Bischoff. And let me tell you something. If you're not already a Booking the Territory Patreon subscriber, you're missing out on the real deal when it comes to classic wrestling talk. Doc, Harper, and Mike, they're not just fans. They live and breathe this stuff. And here's the kicker. Over on their Patreon page, you get even more. We're talking deep dives into the Clash of the Champions. Every WCW pay-per-view through early 1994. Classic world-class championship wrestling. And yeah, even those off-the-wall JV Goon Squad shows. This isn't cookie-cutter podcasting. This is the kind of unfiltered, entertaining, can't-miss content that makes you remember why you fell in love with wrestling in the first place. So do yourself a favor, head over to Patreon, search Booking the Territory, sign up, and get in on the action. Trust me. If you love old school wrestling, this is where you want to be.